today. From the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
This is Madden Football on EA Sports.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. For the first time with David Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Now Trubisky to throw on second. And that's going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding.
Ted Ginn's going to go. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 41 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because
nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
33-yard line.
And that is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. He may try and run for this. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Brees' throw going to be caught by Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. They credit that sack to Robert Quinn. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. There defensively was Buster screen to knock it away.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half. One that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Out of the gun, Trubisky stepping up. He's going to keep it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
First down, Bears.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, but it's going to be second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. Deontay Harris. He will score.
Deontay Harris. Touchdown.
That was a special return. And it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
Well, let's be honest. A lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taken about 7 yards deep. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Trubisky to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. Accelerating and off he goes. it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by next-gen stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. But for as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a...
Now Trubisky lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 35.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears.
Cook's got it. Touchdown Saints. Jared Cook. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And there is a flag, so a big 2nd down pickup, but will it hold?
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marcus Davenport in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, 1 off the NFL record of 7.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So it's Saints football as we get you reset, and you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded in the end zone, and Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now Trubisky lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They run it again with Kamara. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
He's brought down 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. So this one a victory here for